Hi, I'm Roger Levin, CEO of Levin Group, and I'm speaking to you today from our headquarters in Baltimore, Maryland. This conversation is going to focus on a deep concern I have about an area where certain dentists have no idea that they're in danger. I recently gave a seminar, and at that particular seminar, I talked to numerous dentists whose practices were producing under $450,000 a year. Some were even producing $300,000 a year. Now, if you're above these numbers, you could ignore this conversation, but you might still find it interesting. Dentists producing under $450,000 a year, I believe, are in serious danger. Of the ones I spoke to, most of them were either flat or had declined in the last couple of years and had no understanding of the problems they could be facing. They're earning a living that meets their lifestyle. Now that's fine. I'm not a person to comment on whether you should have a bigger or smaller lifestyle. But at those numbers, it's becoming very dangerous. What happens if those practices drop off further? Several of the dentists, I believe, could be in danger of bankruptcy or simply hanging on if their practice drops another 20% due to some unforeseen circumstance. They don't have the opportunity to invest in their growth, which is a serious problem, and their savings are nowhere near where it should be. Now, the reason I bring this up is that what amazed me, and I like to bring real-life scenarios to these conversations, and this happened last week, was that two of the doctors producing total gross revenue in about a $300,000 range had no realization that their savings are so insufficient that they're going to work until they drop chairside. This concerns me because we're here to help every dentist, and while I don't like to deal with a lot of negatives, it's very important to face reality. If a practice is not growing, it is declining. The law of business today states that your practice will either grow or it will decline, but it will not stay in the same place. And these practices are in danger. So if your practice is producing under $450,000 a year, you need to take a very hard look at your situation. You may think you're happy today. Maybe you are happy today, but you're living in the moment, which is a nice way to live, but over time is very, very dangerous. So I strongly recommend that if your practice is producing $450,000 a year or less, that you take very specific steps with expert guidance to grow your practice as soon as possible. In a world where costs are increasing, overheads increasing, labor's increasing, and believe me, taxes will be increasing, you may be working a lot longer than you ever imagined.